So for us in the United States, now that Thanksgiving is out of the way, we go right into Black Friday and the American obligation of getting Christmas gifts for our friends and family. So I'm here to help. I've got all this gear that I've been using over the past few months, abusing, and I'm very comfortable putting my stamp of approval on all this stuff that I'm going to talk about. I'm going to start with the cheaper stuff and then work my way up to the more expensive stuff. These prices are always in fluctuation. Like, this is just kind of what the price was today when I checked it on Amazon, and there's Black Friday deals and prices change all the time. So you're going to have to click the links in the description if you actually want the real price right here, right now. Let's get this thing started with a pair of Pedro's tire levers. They're about $5. I've had these for probably more than 5 years. Awesome stocking stuffer. This is the Grunge brush by Finish Line. It's about $12 and it gets in all kinds of nooks and crannies, cleans chains, and it's just a nice sturdy piece of equipment that I've probably had for more than 5 years and doesn't look too beat up. This thing's been through a lot of dirt and it's still cleaning just fine. This is the Muc-Off claw brush. It's about $9, and this, along with the Grunge brush, are like the awesome tag team of trying to get in nooks and crannies and cleaning jockey wheels and getting in between cassette teeth. Really great brush. These are Fix-It sticks. It's a set of 2 tools that snap together like this that give you T-handle access. If you check them out on Amazon, there's all kinds of different options for what different heads are on here. They're very, very handy. These are like great to pack away in a jersey pocket if you want to be very minimal and still have a good tool set. This is the Finish Line Pro Chain Cleaner. I've had an old Park Tool chain cleaner for a while, and after 5 years, it is very gunky and crappy, and this thing's only about $19. So it was time to buy a new one, and it functions very well. Get that chain nice and bright. Once you get your chain all cleaned up, you need some lube, and I like the Epic Ride by White Lightning because it's like the best of both worlds. Much like I don't want 5 different bikes, I really don't want 5 different lubes. I would rather just use one lube that kind of does everything pretty good instead of one lube that's really good for dry, one lube that's really good for wet. One lube to rule them all. This one's about $15. This is about $40. This is the Active Trail bike pump. I've used it in quite a few of my videos recently because we've had some low air pressure situations. It's very sturdy, very well built. I'm digging it. And it comes with this little patch repair kit, hard case thing that I have managed to fit in a couple of different things in here. So I've got an extra brake pad, and I've also got my chain links, like my 12-speed Eagle little chain links in here. This is great. It was just made to have patches, but I jammed a bunch of other stuff in here, and it's nice. The pump is about $27. So when you're on the side of the trail using a hand pump, you're doing the hand test on your bike tire, and I hate that. So I bought a tire gauge, a Topeak tire gauge, which has been awesome. I could test my bike tires, I could test my car tires. It came in handy on the road trip with Alexander. So this is a nice little piece of kit. I actually carry it with me in my bike bag, along with my pump and my shock pump. I carry a lot of stuff because I want to be prepared on the trail. This is about $30. Another Topeak product that I've been really happy with is the Mini Pro 20 multi-tool. This thing has all kinds of good tools on it. It has come in handy on the trail many, many times. I really like this little case. This is important. My other multi-tool, my Crank Brothers multi-tool, was always rattling around in my bag, rubbing up against other stuff, so the finish would just get totally worn off and there'd be like metal flakes in the bottom of my bag. So having a nice little carrying case to put it in is awesome. This is also about $30. It's very cold in the studio this morning. I can see my breath. I don't know if that comes out on camera, but I've got my Broken Riders hoodie on, and it's keeping me very warm and cozy. This is a very cool clothing brand. I've been posting about it on Instagram. I wore it in my video yesterday. They're based in the UK, but do not let that intimidate you. The t-shirts are about $28 US. This hoodie was about $40 US. I thought it would be like kind of like the olden days where the pound was twice as much as the dollar, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna have to pay $60 for this shirt. Nope, you won't. So check it out. So another piece of kit you guys are seeing a lot are my Handup Gloves. I love these things. They're fun, they're cool, they're lasting. I've got all kinds of different pairs. I've got the crazy Cosmos pair. I've got the confetti blue pair. Got the pretty cool black on black pair. Is actually really neat in person. So yeah, check those out. They're a very good set of gloves. I am so done messing around trying to seat my tubeless tires with my tube. I finally got an Airshot. It's just so much easier to fill this thing up, crank the valve, boom, your tires are seated. I have an air compressor, but it broke. I have another little janky air compressor, and that's a piece of crap. So bite the bullet, get the Airshot. Don't mess around with seating your tubeless tires and trying to pump that pump up. Just do it the right way. Speaking of doing it the right way, the Muc-Off Ultimate Bike Care Kit is so cool. This thing's right around $100. You get the sweet case. You get a sponge. You get a rag. You get 3 awesome brushes. The big boy, the little detail one, and this one to kind of get in these nooks and crannies because it splits like that. The previously mentioned claw brush comes with a thing of wet lube, bike cleaner spray bottle, drivetrain cleaner spray bottle, bike protect. It's a spray that goes on your bike after you wash it. This one would make such a fun gift of just getting this, opening it up and going through it and being like, oh man, they got this, they got that. Very cool. This is my Osprey Raptor 14. I've been using this for quite a few months now, and it has been fantastic. I put it through many, many miles, spills and thrills, all kinds of stuff, and it's still going strong. Osprey has the almighty guarantee where they will repair anything if you send it to them, and so far so good. The only thing I've noticed is the logo thing is kind of coming off. One of the best little features is this little tool wrap thing. All my tools are out of it right now because I've been filming this video, but it's very nice to be able to have everything organized, wrap it up, and put it away. So if you've got a funky old Camelback that's like 15 years old, it's time to make the switch. Oh yeah, it's about $100. So how about instead of more stuff that maybe you don't even need, what about a mountain biking coaching session? There's coaches all over the country. You just need to look them up and research and see somebody in your local area that can do a little coaching session to make you faster on the bike and build your skills. My buddy Ian Massey, who you guys have seen in previous videos, he does coaching sessions, 2-hour session for $175. Pretty dang reasonable. His tagline on his business card is, "So you've got a nice bike, now what?" And I think that's great. So in most of my first videos, I was riding alone a lot. And a lot of the comments were like, hey, do you have a Spot? Do you have a DeLorme? And I was like, no, I don't. So I finally got one. They're about $280 plus about $25 a month for the plan to be able to message back and forth anywhere in the world. So when I was in Spain, I was able to turn this thing on, set up tracking, and my family at home was able to see like, oh yeah, he's here, and every 10 minutes it sends out a little beacon. You can actually email back and forth. Very cool, peace of mind. If you get in a life-threatening situation, you can hit that SOS button and help will be on the way. I've been traveling a ton, I've been flying a ton with my bike, and the EVOC Travel Bag Pro is the right tool for the job. So I put a lot of miles on the regular EVOC bag, but the Pro bag is definitely worth the extra money. Right now, the price is crazy fluctuating. I've seen it for $460, I've seen it for $550, so it's right around the $500 price range. My bike has been on a lot of flights over the past few months and no damage so far. It's always a possibility, but the EVOC bike bag really takes care of it. It really makes it easy to get around the airport, especially the Pro. There's a better handle, better wheels, all these little things that I noticed immediately. Two of my most favorite pieces of gear on my bike are my DVO shock and my DVO fork. So I've got the DVO Diamond Boost fork and the DVO Topaz shock, and they have been so nice. So the guys at DVO hooked me up with this suspension a few months ago in Las Vegas, and I've been riding on it so hard ever since. If you've seen my Spain videos, you can see the kind of torture that the suspension has been through and how smooth it was and how confident I was and how fast I was on my bike. I really like the DVO stuff, and I can't go back. So my final gift suggestion, probably the best gift you could ever get for someone, is a guided mountain bike trip. So I went on BasqueMTB's guided trip, the Backcountry Pyrenees in Spain, and it really was the greatest riding week of my life. So many great trails, such great food. You're staying at these places every night and you get the local culture, everything's taken care of. It was about $1,200 and it was worth every penny. So there's all kinds of trips out there. I'm actually doing another trip with my subscribers in April, St. George, Utah with Chasing Epic, and that is gonna be so much fun. Same kind of thing, 4 days of riding, rental bikes included, hotel included, everything's included for $1,200. It's so much better than a thing. An experience, I think, is so much more important than just these throwaway items. Of course, they cost a little more than a $12 Grunge brush, but you know, the $12 Grunge brush is pretty good too. Thanks for watching, you guys. I'll see you on the trail.